Good morning everyone. Today we are going to see the for loop. The for loop is an entry control loop that provides a more concise loop structure. A simple syntax for the for loop is like this. For in bracket initialization, test condition, then increment, then closing bracket, and inside the braces the body of the loop. The execution of a for statement is like initialization of a control variable is done first using the assignment statements such as I is equals to 1 and count is equals to 0. Here the variable I and count are known as the loop control variables. The value of a control variable is tested using the test condition. Test condition is a relation expression like I is less than equals to 10 that determines when the loop will exit. If the condition is true, then the body of a loop is executed, otherwise the loop is terminated. When the body of a loop is executed, the control is again transferred back to the for statement after evaluating the last statement in the for loop, that is increment. Now the control variable is incremented and the new value of a control variable is again tested in the test condition. If the condition is satisfied, the body of a loop is again executed. This process continues till the value of a control variable fails to satisfy the test condition. A simple example for the for loop is like this. A program for finding the sum of the squares of the first 10 numbers. For this, sum is initialized to 0 inside the for loop. For the number n variable is taken, n is from 1 to 10 and it is incremented with plus n is equals to n plus 1. Inside the bracket, sum is equals to sum plus n into n is calculated as we want to calculate the square of a sum. In this way, this loop is executed. Now this loop will be executed for n is equals to 1 to 10, each time incrementing the n by 1 and finally calculating the sum of the square of first 10 numbers. One important point about the for loop is that all the three actions, namely initialization, testing and incrementing, are placed in the for loop itself, thus making them visible to the programmers and the user in one place. For loop is having more additional features. Which are those? More than one variable can be initialized in for loop at a time. Like in example, p is equals to 1, it is initialized. Inside the for loop, again n is initialized to 0, n is less than equals to 17 plus n. The same statement can be written. This initialization p is equals to 1 can be written inside the for loop, like for inside p is equals to 1, comma n is equals to 0, semicolon n is less than 17 and then increment. Similar to the initialization, one and more statements can be included in increment section. Like in this example, for n is equals to 1 and m is equals to 50, this is the initialization part. N should be less than equals to m, this is the test condition, and n is incremented, n is equals to n plus 1 and m is equals to m minus 1. So these are increments and decrements. So these more than two statements can be included into the increments section. Third type of feature is test condition may have a compound relation, like inside a for loop I is equals to 1, I is less than equals to 20 and sum is less than 100. Now this statement, this compound relation can be considered as a test condition. Thank you.